Welcome to Stoic Path. Have you ever experienced the frustration of your phone dying before the most important call of your life? Or missing a bus while helplessly watching it drive away? Frustration isn't just an annoying guest in your home. It's like a cousin who overstays their welcome, eats all your snacks, and decides to move in. We've all been caught in this web of annoyance, but it's time to stop just putting on a bandage. Let's eliminate this trouble once and for all. Today, we'll explore 7 unshakable Stoic practices to not only manage frustration, but get rid of it for good. If you're new here, I have a small challenge for you. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to level up your mental game and become a rock in this chaotic ocean. Now let's get started. Practice 1. Focus on your circle of control. Let's delve into the concept of focusing on your circle of control. A fundamental Stoic principle that can profoundly shift your perspective on life's challenges. Imagine a familiar scenario. You're stuck in traffic, your phone battery is draining before an important call, and storm clouds threaten to ruin your picnic. In such moments, frustration feels inevitable. But what if we approached this the Stoic way? The Stoics would remind us that we have limited control over external events like traffic, weather, or even technology. However, we wield immense power over our reactions, emotions, and mindset. This is the core idea of Stoicism. While you can't always control what happens, you can always control how you respond. Think of this principle as a mental filter through which you view every situation. For example, if you receive a negative comment from a colleague or a stranger online, what can you do? Instead of getting upset and wondering how to fix someone's opinion, you can focus on your response. You can choose calmness and reason over letting emotions take the reins. Focusing on your circle of control doesn't mean shirking responsibility. It's a conscious decision not to waste energy on what you cannot change. How many times have you worried about trivial things? Someone's criticism, minor mistakes, or random inconveniences? By applying this principle, you conserve your emotional and mental energy, leaving room for what truly matters. The key is training yourself to ask, what can I do right now? Instead of dwelling on how things should have been, you take control of your reaction. This not only reduces stress, but also builds confidence in your ability to navigate challenges. This practice is like a mental decluttering session. You clear out all the unnecessary clutter, leaving only the tasks and emotions that are truly important and meaningful. As you master this skill, you'll notice how chronic anxiety fades, replaced by a sense of inner peace. Practice 2. Zooming out for perspective. Let's embark on a journey into the Stoic practice of zooming out to gain a broader perspective. This practice can profoundly affect how we perceive and address life's challenges. Imagine for a moment that you're facing a series of seemingly insurmountable problems. Your phone dies just before a crucial call. You watch as the bus you were rushing to catch disappears into the distance. In these moments, frustration can feel overwhelming. But the Stoics encourage us to step back and look at the situation from a different vantage point. When we encounter problems, they often consume us entirely. We perceive our difficulties as the central axis of our lives. It seems that our concerns overshadow everything else, turning us into prisoners of our emotions. This feeling results from a narrow view of the situation. The Stoics suggest zooming out to see the bigger picture. Imagine looking at your life from a bird's-eye view. The problems of today, being late, a difficult conversation, a failed project, start to lose their overwhelming weight. When you zoom out, you realize these events are mere episodes in the vast tapestry of your life. This perspective allows you to distinguish between what's significant and what's trivial. You might ask yourself, will this problem matter in a week, a month, a year? In most cases, the answer is no. This realization frees you from unnecessary stress. Moreover, zooming out fosters gratitude. When you see how much you have, health, shelter, the support of friends and loved ones, even the most unpleasant moments lose their grip. This practice also reminds you that life is made up of countless small moments, and not every one of them deserves to be the centerpiece of your emotional map. For example, If someone says something unkind to you, is it worth letting that ruin your entire day? By zooming out, you realize it's just a minor episode, unworthy of your time and energy. Zooming out is also a tool for building inner resilience. Recognizing that most problems are temporary enables you to handle them more confidently. Imagine viewing your life not only from the perspective of today, but also in terms of your long-term goals and aspirations. In this context, many current worries seem far less significant. The practice of zooming out helps you maintain mental clarity and emotional composure even in the most challenging situations. It allows you to rise above the waves of frustration, like a captain who sees the entire ocean rather than just the storm at hand. Practice 3. Harness the power of the present moment. The Stoic principle of living in the present moment teaches us the art of focusing on the here and now. In today's world, filled with distractions, this practice is more relevant than ever. We rush through life, overwhelmed by tasks, constantly chasing success, trying to achieve more than our capacity allows. Imagine this. You're at your desk, trying to focus on an important task, but your phone buzzes with yet another notification. News feeds demand your attention, and anxieties about the future overshadow the joys of the present. In this chaos, finding peace can feel impossible. The Stoics offer a simple yet powerful solution. Return to the present moment. The practice of focusing on the present begins with mindfulness. When you eat, don't just consume food. Savor its taste, texture, and aroma. When you listen, don't just hear sounds. Fully immerse yourself in the music or words of the speaker. Even a quiet moment can be used to feel your breath or notice the warmth of the sun on your skin. Living in the present moment helps us break free from worries caused by regrets about the past or fears of the future. We often expend energy thinking about what could have been or fearing what is yet to come. Yet the Stoics remind us that the only thing we can truly control is the present moment. By harnessing the power of now, you learn to direct your attention where it truly matters. For instance, when stuck in traffic, instead of feeling irritated, focus on the sounds around you, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to relax. You can't speed up the traffic, but you can improve your experience of the situation. This practice doesn't require you to completely abandon planning or memories. It's about not letting the past or the future dominate your consciousness. When you're fully present here and now, you notice moments that might have slipped by unnoticed. Find joy in simple things and become less susceptible to frustration. A mindful life brings clarity and reduces emotional burdens. When your attention is rooted in the present moment, frustration has no space to take root. Remember, the future is always uncertain, and the past is already gone. The only thing you truly have is the current moment, and how you live it is entirely up to you. Practice 4. Auditing and managing your desires. Desires hold a central place in our lives. They define our goals, shape our expectations, and often drive our actions. However, not all desires are equally beneficial. The Stoics emphasize the importance of discerning between desires to avoid frustration and stress. The Stoics categorize desires into 2 types: natural and vain. Natural desires are those essential for our survival and well-being, such as food, water, shelter, and health. Vain desires, on the other hand, involve excess or unnecessary pursuits: wealth, fame, luxury, or the approval of others. The latter often lead to dissatisfaction and frustration because achieving them doesn't bring genuine happiness. To apply this practice, start by becoming aware of your desires. Ask yourself, why do I want this? Will it truly improve my life, or am I chasing an illusion? For example, the desire to buy a new car might stem from necessity, but sometimes it's just a pursuit of status. The process of auditing desires helps you identify which ones align with your values and which are fleeting whims. This awareness frees you from the constant race for things that ultimately don't bring fulfillment. Managing desires also involves letting go of the need to control external outcomes. For instance, You may desire a promotion at work. This is a natural goal, but the outcome isn't entirely within your control. Instead of fixating on it, focus on what you can influence: your efforts, skills, and knowledge. A mindful approach to desires helps you avoid the frustration that arises when reality doesn't meet expectations. Moreover, it fosters a sense of inner harmony and clarity. By letting go of vain desires, you reduce internal tension and free up energy for truly meaningful pursuits. Imagine your desires as cargo on a ship. By shedding unnecessary ballast, your ship becomes lighter and more maneuverable, ready to embark on new adventures. This process doesn't mean abandoning all aspirations. It's about creating space for what truly matters and holds significance for you. Practice 5. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization is one of the most powerful Stoic practices, which at first glance might seem counterintuitive. It invites us to imagine what could go wrong to mentally prepare for potential setbacks and, in turn, reduce their impact. Imagine waking up in the morning and mentally playing out the worst-case scenario. Coffee spills on important documents, your computer crashes, you miss the train, and your day collapses before it even begins. At first, this practice might appear to bring unnecessary pessimism, but its purpose is quite the opposite. Negative visualization helps us recognize that life is unpredictable and difficulties are inevitable. By preparing for potential challenges, we soften their emotional impact. Instead of being caught off guard, we approach them with readiness and calm. The Stoics understood that excessive attachment to comfort and expectations makes us vulnerable. When things don't go as planned, it often leads to intense frustration. However, by mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, we not only reduce the shock of their potential occurrence, but also start to appreciate what we already have. For example, imagine you've contemplated the possibility of losing your job. It's an unpleasant thought, but it allows you to reflect on your values and plan for challenges. You might begin preparing by learning new skills, strengthening your network, and exploring additional income sources. This approach not only alleviates fear, but also makes you more resilient to unexpected changes. Moreover, negative visualization fosters gratitude. When you imagine losing something you currently have, you begin to value it more. A simple cup of coffee, a functioning computer, or a train arriving on time becomes a small joy rather than something taken for granted. This practice isn't about expecting the worst at every turn. It's about being prepared for it. It strengthens your emotional resilience, making you less susceptible to life's blows. When misfortunes do occur, you face them with the thought, "I expected this. How can I handle it?" In doing so, negative visualization helps you better manage your emotions, reduces stress, and teaches you to appreciate life despite its unpredictability. Practice 6. Amor fati. Love your fate. Amor fati, or love your fate, is one of the most transformative Stoic practices. It encourages us not just to accept what happens to us, but to actively embrace it, even when it contradicts our expectations or seems challenging. Imagine a scenario where your carefully laid plans suddenly fall apart. You face a setback, losing a job, a breakup, or another significant difficulty. The natural reaction for many is disappointment, anger, or frustration. However, the Stoics offer a different perspective. See this as part of your journey, as an opportunity for growth and learning. Amor fati means accepting life as it is, with all its highs and lows, successes and failures. This practice calls for not just resignation, but a conscious embrace of every aspect of your life. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "How can this enrich my life?" For instance, losing a job might not be the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. You could use this time to reevaluate your goals, learn new skills, or pursue a career that aligns better with your values. Amor fati transforms what seems like defeat into opportunity. Practicing love for your fate frees you from unnecessary resentment, blame, and self-pity. When you stop fighting reality, you find inner peace. Life is full of unexpected turns, and each one is a part of your unique path. This mindset is particularly helpful during tough times. Instead of resisting circumstances or lamenting the unfairness of life, you accept everything as it is. Such an approach makes you resilient to stress and allows you to find joy even in hardship. Amor fati also reminds us of the importance of action. Loving your fate means taking responsibility for your life and its direction. It inspires you not just to endure circumstances, but to actively work on improving your reality. Ultimately, Amor fati is a call to optimism and resilience. It teaches us to see every situation not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more mindful. Practice 7. Memento mori. Remember your mortality. Memento mori, or remember your mortality, is a profound Stoic practice that reminds us of life's impermanence. It helps us rethink priorities and focus on what truly matters. We rarely think about our mortality, often choosing to ignore it. However, the Stoics believed that reflecting on death helps us live more fully. When you understand that your time is limited, you begin to appreciate every moment and make more intentional decisions. Imagine this: every day could be your last. This doesn't mean living in fear or sadness. On the contrary, this reminder brings clarity and encourages you to focus on the present. Many of our frustrations, anxieties, and irritations lose their significance when viewed through the lens of our mortality. Memento mori teaches us to separate the essential from the trivial. For instance, is it worth spending hours arguing online or fretting over minor inconveniences? If today were your last day, you would likely choose to spend time with loved ones, enjoy nature, or engage in a passion you deeply care about. This practice also highlights the value of time. It's not just about acknowledging that time is finite, but also about using it meaningfully. Ask yourself, how are you spending your days? Are your actions aligned with your true goals and values? Or are they consumed by trivial pursuits? Moreover, awareness of mortality fosters gratitude. Each day you wake up is a gift. Simple moments like a morning coffee, a walk in the fresh air, or a conversation with a friend become more significant when seen as temporary treasures. Memento mori is not a grim reminder of death, but a powerful tool to enhance the quality of life. It helps you navigate frustrations and see beauty in every moment. Life, like a tapestry, is woven from many threads, and each one is precious. Conclusion. Incorporating these 7 Stoic practices into your life can not only help you manage frustrations, but also transform your perspective on the world. Stoicism offers us tools for inner growth and harmony, reminding us that our thoughts, reactions, and actions are what truly matter. Each of these practices, from focusing on your circle of control to embracing your mortality, strengthens our inner resilience. Instead of fighting reality or being trapped in emotional turmoil, Stoics teach us to accept life as it is, extracting lessons from every situation. Frustration is an inevitable part of life, but it ceases to be destructive when approached with the right mindset. For instance, negative visualization prepares us for the unexpected, while loving our fate turns challenges into opportunities for growth. These practices remind us that life is valuable precisely because of its unpredictability. When you accept your limitations, manage what you can control, and cherish each moment, you gain true freedom. Instead of wasting energy fighting circumstances, you learn to live with clarity, gratitude, and confidence. We encourage you to start applying these principles today. Take responsibility for your thoughts and actions, learn to appreciate the present, and work toward aligning your life with your true values. If these ideas resonate with you, share them with others. Leave a comment, let us know which practice resonated with you the most, and join our community by subscribing to Stoic Path. Together, we can strengthen our resilience and find joy even amidst the chaos of modern life. Remember, every challenge is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone toward personal growth. Let Stoicism be the compass that guides you to inner peace and purpose in every day.